day. Let me off the bench, I know I can play. Been through it all, but I just wanna ball and silence everybody that got something to say. I feel like the man, I've been in demand. Never let the opposition get the upper hand. Grand slam, from here up to Japan. It's not my fault that I'm the greatest in the land. No emotion, I just go get it. I don't talk about it, baby, I just go live it. And I'm a dog better than y'all, I'm off the leash. See, I'm a winner, that's what it is, get me, capiche? Feel like a legend today. Let me off the bench, I know I can play. Been through it all, but I just wanna ball and silence everybody that got something to say. Feel like a legend today. Let me off the bench, I know I can play. Been through it all, but I just wanna ball and silence everybody that got something to say.
It's the Sharks 2024 Prospect Scrimmage live from TechCU Arena on this Independence Day. Nick Nolenberger alongside the great Drew Remenda. Happy 4th of July. Happy belated Canada Day to all our viewers north of the border. Drew, we cover the 2024 NHL Draft on Friday. What a momentous day in the history of the San Jose Sharks, picking first overall. They picked 11th overall. We will see those players, Macklin Celebrini, Sam Dickinson in the flesh. We'll see the rest of the draft picks as well in the drafts over the last couple of years. But there's no question and excitement here in the Bay Area about the future of this franchise.
It is palpable. You and I have been at the last 2 days of the development camp. Lots of fans at the development camp. Lots of fans here today. It's an exciting time, Nikki, for the San Jose Sharks because there's hope on the horizon. And now we're going to get to see them today. And we've been very impressed watching them at the development camp, how much intensity they have, how they compete. It's going to be a fun afternoon. It's going to be the fans, I cannot believe, first off, July 4th, how many fans we have. Shows you how great the Sharks fans are, but how excited they are to see what we are about to see.
Yeah, an incredible crowd on hand on this 4th of July. Expected to drop the puck here in just moments, but first introductions of both Team Teal and Team White. We'll dive into the rosters, who's on each roster, the coaching staff, and more as we'll drop the puck, as we mentioned, in just a couple of minutes. Let's break down the format because it's a bit unique and it changes on the fly throughout the week. There's been some alterations, but the first period of sorts, 12-minute running clock, 4-on-4. Then we'll take a break. We'll swap the goalies. We'll resume the game. Again, 12 minutes, running clock, 4-on-4. And then we'll go to the intermission. We'll come out of the intermission, 12 minutes on the clock. Running clock will go to 3-on-3 as opposed to 4-on-4. We'll take another break. We'll swap the goalies. Then we'll close out with a fourth quarter of sorts, another 12 minutes, running clock, 3-on-3 if necessary. We'll have a shootout. And the same wrinkle we had last year, penalties, you will not serve a penalty. Instead, you get a breakaway shootout because everybody on the ice is going to try to catch up to you. Chase you down. If you don't score, play continues. You do score, it'd be like a normal goal. You drop the puck at center ice. So that is the breakdown. There's been a lot going on. You go to the draft, you go to this free agency, all the acquisitions that Mike Greer has made over the last week or so has fans really excited. Both teams on their respective blue lines as we're just closing out introductions of the players. Magnus Krona will get the start for Team Teal to our right. But first on this Independence Day, the lights have come on, and we are going to have our Star-Spangled Banner, so we will send it down to ice level. Gotta love it, the brass band on hand. A perfect way to usher in what is a unofficial start to a new hockey season. It's summertime hockey. It is cooking outside. Nice to be inside of a cool ice rink on this 4th of July. Let's take a look at the teams, and we'll start with Team Teal. And it's hard to look past the Sharks' top draft choice from a year ago, as we'll just point out a couple of the players on the roster. Will Smith, of course, he'll center that #1 line. Quint Musty to his left wing, and Cam Lund, who was drafted a couple of years ago, early 2nd round, will play the right wing. This is a loaded group. Magnus Krohn expected to get the start. He spent most of last year in the American Hockey League, although he was in the East Coast League for a little bit, played a little in the NHL. In fact, was in all 3 leagues. You don't see that too often. He'll be to our right. Let's take a look now at the Team White roster. Macklin Celebrini on Team White. He'll center the first line. Igor Chernyshov on the left wing. Casper Altman on the right wing. And we are ready to drop the puck at Tech-CU Arena. The puck is down, and we are underway. Nick Nolenberger alongside Drew Remenda. Team Teal will move from right to left. It's Smith over the blue line down that right wing. Shoots, he put it off the pipe. He beat Romanov coming down the short side, but he hit the iron.
Right off the bat. I love 4-on-4, Nick. Here we go.
Here's a turnover. Musty, he scores! An early start for Team Teal, and that's a connection. The Sharks' hope is in their future as Musty bangs it home, and Team Teal jumps out to a 1-0 lead.
Will Smith gets on the puck really quick behind the net. And on that play, right off the bat with his first chance, you see him with his feet moving. Then he gets the opportunity with picking the puck up behind the net. And Musty, this is what Quentin Musty does. Quentin Musty gets to the right spot at the right time, and he's never going to miss a shot like that.
And as you noted, Drew, 4-on-4, 3-on-3, will not play 5-on-5. So there's going to be lots of real estate out there, lots of opportunities. But as Drew also noted, Quentin Musty, just a natural goal scorer. The Sharks took him the first round last year, 26th overall. He was invited to the U.S. World Junior Camp, and the Sharks hope he makes that roster next year. I think he likely will. Yeah. He can absolutely fill it up. Spent last year in the Ontario Hockey League. He's a Buffalo native. And we'll see Joey Muldowney playing this afternoon. Those two grew up with one another in Buffalo. There's a pass that's going to drift in on net. Romanov will stop it, just like Crony spent last year mostly in the AHL, also played in the ECHL with Wichita and up top of the Sharks. Here's Polkamp. He scores! A short side snipe from Eric Polkamp. And we're tied at 1-1.
What a beautiful play that was. On the entry into the zone, picked up off the foot. And then Polkamp hits the gap, right? Polkamp does a really nice job on hitting the gap and being able to snipe it over the shoulder. Beautiful play.
Polkamp spent last year at Bemidji State. He's going to take his talents to Denver next year, wanted to challenge himself a little bit more. He'll be on a Denver team that is trying to defend its national championship. So back underway, tied at 1-1. Team White versus Team Teal. So Musty scores first for Team Teal, answered back by Eric Polkamp, the defenseman. And it's weird to see a number 48 in Teal. Yeah, obviously, Tomas Hertl wore that number for so many years. Jeremy Bushler up and over the line. Finished last year with the Barracuda, played his final season of college hockey at Vermont, started at Northeastern. Back the other way. Chernyshov down the left wing side, flicks it towards the net off the outside of the cage, picked up by Team Teal, and Ethan Cardwell, who was the Barracuda's Rookie of the Year last year, hands off right flank, thrown back to him. It was Lamach, the junior Shark alumni, who tried to center it to the front of the net, never got to Cardwell, who makes a change behind the play.
You know, I like watching these young guys, Nicky. They've got zero fear. They want to go out and they want to make plays, and they're very confident with their skill level, and they should be because they're so young and so fast and skilled. And the other thing we were talking about, the way they shoot the puck now, it's incredible. That shot by Polkamp was outstanding.
Team White in the offensive zone. Van Rohe boys up top to the point. Laid along, Miskey, half wall. Donovan Houle. Houle joined the Barracuda late last year as well, finishing up his career.
I like Donovan Houle. I think he's a strong player. I think he's got a ton of upside. Had a talk with him at after the first day of training camp. He was just at the development camp. He was so excited. He's out there with Patty Marlowe and Joe Thornton.
Here's a turnover forced in the neutral zone by Team Teal. Quick shot off the pipe, they score! Brandon Sabota off the crossbar and in. And early in this game, we've seen some beautiful shots as that rings the crossbar, and Team Teal takes back its 2-1 lead.
It's not going to be fun for the goaltenders this day. It's going to be tough on the goalies. What a shot by Svoboda. And again, just what we were talking about before we came on the air, folks. We were talking about the players and how hard they shoot the puck now. And it's incredible from the lineup. It just goes all the way down. What a shot by Svoboda. Bar down, and we've got a 2-1 game for Team Teal.
Sabota headed to BU next year. Really intriguing prospect, taken in the 3rd round last year by the Sharks. Physically, he'll stand out. He is a huge body up high to the point. Good stop there by Krona. Worked down the right wall, down to the end line by Gavin O'Connell, who's a tryout player, played last year at Michigan State. Here's a slot chance that's shoveled wide, picked back up by Team White. Swung to the point. Axel Landon, who spent most of last year in the SHL. Here's a shot blocked by Team Teal. It'll carry him near side. Gorman got in the shooting lane. That's Brendan Gorman, another tryout player. Good stop by Cronin, tight, reaching out with his big 6'5" frame, and the puck just dribbles wide of the net.
Holkamp is all over the place. He has had 3 good chances on that shift, and then a good finish on the body check as the puck goes out of play. I think it's going to be a delay of game, and we have our first breakaway chance.
Holkamp played for Team USA at the U20 World Junior Championship. We mentioned he's going to take his talents to Denver next season. He's listed at just 5'10". He's very well built. Here comes Holkamp on the breakaway. Shoots a mate, gets his own rebound, and Krona denies him a couple of what will be Denver alums. Of course, those two didn't play together, but Krona DU alumni, and Holkamp heading to the Pioneers next season.
Good shot, good chance, though. And a night, really, 2 outstanding saves.
Nick Nolenberger alongside Drew Menda. It's the Sharks 2024 Prospect Scrimmage here at TXCU Arena. A great crowd on hand. Puck drop in the morning, but we'll bleed into the afternoon. But we'd like to wish everybody a happy 4th of July and a belated happy Canada Day as well as the puck is ramped out of play. And we'll get another break in the action.
Well, so far what we see is obviously the speed and quickness of these young players. Players coming up now so much faster, so much more skilled than in past years. Year by year, they get better and better.
Team White wins the draw. We're playing 4-on-4. Running clock, 5 minutes to go in this first quarter. We'll play essentially 4 periods. Team White controls below the goal line. Casper Haltman, the intended target, over his stick. Smith along that right wing side, twisted along from Musty. And Musty will carry the pill down the left wing side. Holding on to it. Musty swivels it near side. Smith hanging onto it and works his way to the slot and plays it right wing side for Roberts. Roberts just drafted on Saturday. Now Cam Lund, top of the circle, Northeastern product. Tried to hand off for a trailing Edstrom, and it was behind him, and Colin Graff will dig it back into Team Teal's end.
Colin Graff is another one we should keep an eye on because he did have a little bit of a time with the Sharks last year. He has got some ability, and I think he's going to be one of those guys that we look forward to in the future, Nick, of being in Teal.
Braden Hachey along the near side. He was outnumbered. Turned the puck over. Edstrom tried to swivel it in the middle of the ice. Grazed off the stick of Downing for Team White. Jammed back into the corner by Team Teal in an end-bore battle. Hachey, big body, a draft pick of Florida. Never did sign, but signed with the Barracuda this offseason. And won a Memorial Cup earlier this summer as well as the puck is rolled back into Team Teal ice. 2-1 lead for Team Teal here in quarter number 1, we'll call it. Here's an odd man rush. Team Teal threatening and off the crossbar. What a shot there by Bushler. And charging to the net on the left side.
Good exit pass.
Was Musty.
Bushler looks one way. He kind of throws off everybody because he's looking to make the pass, but he was shooting all the way.
A nifty move by Philip Beestead. Covered up momentarily by Magnus Krona. Sam Dickinson, the two-way smooth skating defenseman. The Sharks took 11th overall on Friday night at the Sphere in Vegas. Now picked up in the neutral zone. Here comes Team Teal. Shot and a goal coming down the right wing. Another beautiful pull of the trigger. This time it's Carson Wetched who finds the back of the net. 3-1 Team Teal.
Another one up high over the shoulder. Another one with a really good shot. Another one where it's just aggressive to the net and looking forward to where the Sharks and how the Sharks want to play this season. That's what they're looking for. Obviously, yes, they're looking for goals, but Ryan Warsawski wants to run an attack offense. Not sitting back, not waiting for something to happen, but make something happen. Right here, nice play to turn the puck over.
Here comes Team Teal again, threatening, up 3-1. Shot pushed wide. Now battle in the corner. Wetch, he grew up with Celebrini. Those two played together as youngsters. Wetch played in the WHL with Calgary last year. Here comes Team White now threatening. Russell, a little give it go, try to return it to Chernyshov and did not get it to his intended target. And Team Teal is back in transition. Now Chernyshov, 24 and White over the line. Hands off left side. Houle shoots and he wired it high and wide. Held in momentarily. It's over the stick now. That forces Team White back to center. So they'll regroup in their own end. And up the right wing side, it's brought over the blue line by Van Roboys. Van Roboys twists it to the middle of the ice. Fisher, the D-man, drifting down from the point. He'll pivot the puck down into the corner. Eli Barnett out of Vermont plays it up the wall. And it's back to center. Van Roboys will regroup for Team White. They're over the line. Houle coming down the wing. Give and go. And it's forced just wide. Good look there on the right side by Hache, but he forced it just wide of the frame.
I didn't think he could get that pass across Houle. He makes a really nice pass, and like Hache jumping in. He's been impressive in development camp.
Now Houle back over the line. Gets past Bushler, and he's going to draw a penalty. And we'll get our second breakaway opportunity of this first quarter as time is winding down here with 45 seconds to go and the clock continuing to tick.
Team White needs this one right here, Nick. They need to get back in it.
Donovan Houle will be the shooter. Nice little move by Houle to get past Bushler, and now he's going to get the breakaway chance. Right-handed shot working in swiftly, backhand, and he had Krona down, but he just missed the net. It rolled on him. So it remains a 3-1 Team Teal lead. 16 seconds to go in this first quarter as the puck is rolled into the right side. Granger, the forward for Team Teal, who could not get it. Team White will exit the zone. Bushler down the left wing side. Hands off. O'Connell, quick shot forced aside by Krona. Karams to the near point. Cagnoni with it, and he ran out of time, so that expires our first 12-minute segment.
That's fun.
That was fun. 4-on-4 opens it up, and we're going to have 4-on-4 again, and then we'll have 2 sessions of 3-on-3. But pretty impressive start on both sides. I thought the pace was quite high, given the fact that a lot of these guys, although they're starting to skate, probably haven't skated a ton over the summer, more inside the gym.
At this pace, too, right? I mean, you do go out and it's July, so they haven't really started their, well, they've been off-season training, but not hard on the ice. And you go out and you play with the rest of the guys who are at your level and wherever you are, in what town or what city. But at this pace, this is new. So you get this is the test and a bit of a stress test for the guys, but they look really good.
You won't want to miss the biggest night of the year as Jumbo Joe Thornton's number 19 will be raised to the rafters. Thornton becomes just the second Shark to have this honor and what will be a fun-filled night of memories and emotions. Arrive early for the pregame ceremony and stay for the Sharks vs. Sabres action. Secure your tickets fast at sgSharks.com/tickets. And Dan Ruzanowski pointed out, you would have thought Boston, just the way the schedule shook out, but Joe Thornton's first game came against Buffalo, so that kind of works out.
In Buffalo, and I do believe to that point, I don't think we had ever won in Buffalo until Joe got there. And first shift, if I remember correctly, a pass to Chichu off the crossbar. After that, another pass and he scores. And after those days, once Joe Thornton came to Buffalo and surprised everybody in the National Hockey League with, one, the trade that happened itself, because he was Joe Thornton, for crying out loud, and he came in and made immediate impact for the Sharks. And after that, he has been, with Patty Marleau, the two greatest players in the history of the San Jose Sharks organization. And what I love, Nikki, is the fact that Patty and Joe are still on the ice and still helping out and coaching as development coaches with the San Jose Sharks, although Joe doesn't have an official title. Jumbo, that's his official title.
And he's been on the ice all week, and the guys have just been star-eyed. I mean, the players have just been raving about being on the ice with the likes of a Joe Thornton and Patrick Marleau, Mike Ricci. Here comes Team Teal. We're back underway. They're moving from right to left. We did a goalie change on both ends. So now in for Team White is Gabe Carrier, who signed with Barracuda near the end of last season. He'll be under contract next year on an AHL deal. And Christian Kirch, who the Sharks picked last weekend in the draft, first goalie selected under the Mike Greer regime. 6'2", 293-pounder out of Switzerland, 18 years of age, taken in the 4th round by the Sharks on Saturday. So 3-1 lead for Team Teal. Nick Nolenberger alongside the great Drew Remenda. Here's a turnover, chance in tight, and they score. Good hands.
Nice hands.
Getting around Kirch, the goaltender.
That was a really nice play.
That was Gavin O'Connell, had a really nice year last season. His first in Michigan State at 15 goals, 26 points. Actually played with David Klee, who's playing this afternoon, Shark draft pick in the USHL.
Just in tight, smooth hands, no panic, evades a check. Just a sweet set of hands.
So O'Connell's on the board. Team White is within a goal. Got to feel good for a player here on a tryout to be able to score, make an impression.
Yeah.
Here's a turnover. Now Smith working down that right wing. Tried to center for Musty. Had a man draped all over him. And that went to the wayside, that opportunity. Now Colin Graff, his backhand feed taken away by Dickinson. Dickinson with his long reach is able to swipe it back to center. Now Musty coming down the left side. Left-handed shot works to the backhand. Good stick by the goalie. Carrier to poke it away. Now Axel Landon will skitter it left wing side. Haltman eludes the potential collision with Dickinson. Puck rolls into the right corner. Tracked back down by Casper Haltman. Haltman caught absolute fire in the playoffs with London. Had multiple hat tricks. Was averaging a goal per game during the playoffs and came just short of capturing a Memorial Cup as they fell to the host Saginaw Spirit.
Terrific tournament by Saginaw, and London was the heavy favorite. Hache will tell you that Saginaw played the best hockey.
Back underway, 3-2 lead for Team Teal. Here comes Gannon Larocque down the left wing side. Larocque still holding on to it. Then he's outnumbered, clamped by Hache. Corner board battle. I'm excited to see if Gannon Larocque can stay healthy this year. It's been such a windy road for him over the last handful of seasons, including last year. Scored his first AHL goal, though, in the season finale. That had to feel good. There's a shot blocked. Joey Muldowney down the left wing side. Muldowney holding, waiting, shooting, and the save made by Kirch. Good stop there. Muldowney played last year at UConn. Works it up high to the point for Fisher. Fisher pulls up, but he pulled it outside of the zone. And we'll get a whistle.
And Muldowney coming in, he looked over, and Macklin Celebrini came into the high slot. Another look off, trying to fool the goaltender, but good save. One thing about Macklin Celebrini that you watch when you see him in development camp, and you watch him so far today in a very short sample size, is his spatial awareness is incredible. He reads the ice very well.
There comes Fisher down the wing. Pocket pick right at the final moment. And here comes Team Teal back in transition. Japchin had to work it through his legs and then lost the puck. Now a turnover, rather it's recovered by Team White. Beestead will whip it right wing side, and Miskey will work his way down the right flank. He had it swiped off his stick. Cardwell trying to run it down. Now Eli Barnett will track the puck on that far wing. Whipped up the near side for Cardwell. Cardwell directs it off the wall. Laubach along the near wing. Laubach played last year at Penn State. Got better and better as the season continued along. Kind of started in a fourth line checking role. Just inched his way up the lineup. Of course, he played for the San Jose Junior Sharks. A San Jose native, Reese Laubach. And now Bushler deep in his own end for Team Teal. 3-2 lead for Team Teal. We're in quarter number 2. Here comes Sabota. Has a goal already in the game. Flipped along, scooped up now by Cagnoni, and Team White has it up the right wing side. Polcampo has a goal. Works his way into the attacking zone, twists one along. That's intercepted, and it's all the way back into the end zone of Team White for an icing.
Ron, the pace is incredible without a doubt, Nick, and when you look at the way that the players are thinking right here, as soon as they turn it over, bang, everybody's going the other way, which is the fun thing about 4-on-4.
Luke Granger will take the D-zone face-off draw against Lucas Van Roboys. It's won by Granger. Granger, a Western Michigan product, works his way over the line with speed, taking it wide, flutters a pull of the trigger over the target, wraps back to center. Dickinson tried to get it past Van Roboys, who sealed the wall, gives it off for Axel Landon, and Landon will carry the mail down the right wing side. He's tripped up, and a penalty coming. Third penalty against Team Teal. No goals scored so far on these breakaways, but Team White will have a chance to tie the score here.
Dickinson with the stick in the feet. And another breakaway opportunity.
And it's Axel Landon who will hurry his way in on net to the forehand. Shoots, and a good stop with the glove hand by Christian Kirch, the netminder. And remains a 3-2 Team Teal lead. So Team White 0-for-3 on those breakaway chances. Now Dickinson bumped off the puck by Houle. Clicked along. You see a play like that. Dickinson, 18 years of age. Houle, 4 years of college hockey. And he's got a little bit more meat on his body, and he just kind of muscled Dickinson off the puck.
Well, it's the thought of just going to the body. One thing about NCAA hockey, it's big, strong hockey.
Fisher, left wing side. O'Connell already with a goal, dancing in the high slot. Given off for Fisher, tipped on target. And that's a good save by Kirch, and O'Connell's making his presence felt so far.
He is. That was a very nice pass. That's a good play, and also be smart to get to the space, right? You get that opportunity. Again, spatial awareness so key to being able to find that space at the right time, jump in. And that was Michael Fisher with that opportunity.
Team Teal controls off the face-off dot in their own end. Gannon LaRock with the puck. LaRock will whip it up the near side wall. Intended for Smith. Went through his stick. Picked up by Michael Fisher. Fisher spent last year at Northeastern. He's expected to go to the BCHL this year with Penticton. Here's a nifty move by Graff. Works in, and it grazes off the left pad of Kirch. Graff on it again. Signed as an undrafted free agent by the Sharks last year. Played some games up top. He tries to center. Graff was thought of as one of the most coveted free agent options coming from the college ranks. Kind of a late bloomer.
Yeah, but again, as one of those guys, I think in a couple of years he will be a permanent member of Team Teal if he continues his progress.
Speaking of Team Teal, they've got the puck now in the offensive zone. Japchin on his knees, works it below the goal line. Flick to the middle of the ice, intended for Celebrini.
A tough one to take on that one.
You know, his dad and mom were soccer players. He had to field that puck up around the kneecap, and he tried to kind of field it like a soccer player a little bit. Now here comes Celebrini. working from left to right. Crowd standing to its feet. Hands off, Haltman loads up the shot, and it's blocked wide. Celebrini tracks it down. 71 in white takes a shove, flicks it along. Return back to him in the trapezoid. Celebrini holding onto the puck. Back post feed, intended Haltman as it pinballs its way in the blue paint. Back to Celebrini. Takes a sharp turn in the high slot. Still holding on to it. Guides it along. Left side, Kenyoni. On target, left pad stop by Kirch. Celebrini's got the puck again. This building was not built when he was a member of the Junior Sharks. As Kenyoni now has it, weaving away. He's hauled down to the ice by David Edstrom. Now controlled by Team White. Haltman up top, Celebrini, and it skittered through his stick and back to center.
Good shift, a little excitement from Macklin Celebrini. We have to remember, he just turned 18. It's phenomenal. Fans loving it. Give him a round of applause as he put on a little bit of a show there, showing what he can do.
Yeah, if he was born about 2 weeks later, he would have been in next year's draft.
Yes, yeah.
Hobey Baker winner, the youngest Hobey Baker winner. Just 17 years of age, 30-plus goals, just an incredible year. There's a chance now for Team White. Well, Downey couldn't get the back hitter off, and now Dickinson will lead the rush back up the right wing side. Tapped along, Lund, and they're going to say it was onside. It was close.
Smart by Cardwell just to chip it, to keep it onside.
Lund's got it, works into the slot, still controlling. He'll head back to Northeastern as a junior next year, Cam Lund. And now Muldowney back up the right wing side for Team White. 3-2 lead for Team Teal. Nearing a minute to go in the second quarter as LaRock hands off left wing side for Lund. Weaving his way into the high slot, try to return to LaRock. Now up top, Dickinson. Left-handed shot. Sam Dickinson down below the goal line for Cardwell. Cardwell changing direction. Tied up on the end boards, gets some support. Beestead in there for Team White. Poolcu's it free. And now it's lifted along and swiped to center by Team White. Celine Valenius gets it off for Hache, working down the right wing, and the save is made by Kirch as we're down to 22 seconds left in this second quarter.
Again, Hache, I really liked him. Brayden Hache, he's a big guy, as you said, played in Saginaw, won the Memorial Cup. He's a big guy with a lot of range, defenseman who doesn't mind jumping up into play and competes. I mean, he competes around pucks.
2 seconds to go, and that's going to pretty much melt down the remainder of this first half. So as we noted, 12 minutes of 4-on-4 running clock, a short break, 12 more minutes of 4-on-4. Now we go into a quote-unquote intermission of sorts. But Drew, let's get your thoughts on that first half.
Well, you know me, Nicky, I'm an old man, and I am just completely astonished all the time at the skill level and the speed of these younger players coming in. You know, when I coached in the 90s, they were good players, obviously. You know, Doug Wilson, Rob Zettler, Dean Evison, guys like that. But the skill level of these young men is incredible, and they work at their craft. I love the fact that they are pushing the pace. Their shot selection is outstanding. They play without fear. So, yeah, it's development guys playing against development guys, but at the same time, playing against your peers, you're seeing why Mike Greer and his staff have made some of the selections they've made and why this is so beneficial for the young guys. First of all, fans come out and get to see these players and how excited they are, especially see Macklin Celebrini or Will Smith, who made an impression right off the bat, went musty. But then, you know, we talk about Hache and how good he has looked. You look at the pole camp and what
Don't
he
miss
can
out
show.
on,
What he can do.
on premium
So
experiences for your group at Tech CU Arena. Groups of 10 or more have
you saw those first 24 minutes.
Well, a fun first half indeed. 3-2 lead for Team Teal. We're going to step aside, come back in a moment, and when we return, we'll be joined by Ted Ramy of the Sharks Audio Network. Fun afternoon on this 4th of July at Tech CU Arena. The Stars are out, and the prospects certainly are exciting, and fans have shown that excitement and the way they have arrived and shown out here on this Independence Day. We'll come back in a moment for those watching on NBC and SJSharks.com and those listening on the Sharks Audio Network.
Don't miss out on premium experiences for your group at Tech CU Arena. Groups of 10 or more have the opportunity for fan experiences and exclusive seating in areas such as suites, theater box, and Fireball Cove glass seating. To learn more, go to sjbarracuda.com or call 408-999-5757.
Welcome back inside Tech CU Arena. 3-2 lead for Team Teal over Team White. It's the 2024 Sharks Prospect Scrimmage. We are very pleased to be joined by the one and only Ted Ramy of the Sharks Audio Network. Ted, you've had a pretty busy last few days, much like the front office has for the Sharks since the draft, free agency, and the like. But you've been producing content, a big part, obviously, the Audio Network. But tell us what fans can listen to, fans can watch, what's available right now for Sharks fans.
Well, right now on the Audio Network, if you missed it, we can go back to Friday when the draft occurred, and you can listen to that entire party. And Nola, you can agree, that was a party at SAP Center. That was a wild scene. I think 16,000 plus tickets distributed. We had a great time out there. But from the prospect camp right now, we've been getting interviews and filming them as well, so we're going to get those posted on the Sharks socials. But right now you can go listen to Dan talking to Will Smith, Macklin Celebrini. Those are two of, I think, that everyone's very, very interested in. And we've also got interviews coming with Sam Dickinson. We are going to be hearing from Philip Beestead. We're going to have Quentin Musty. So a lot of good content going up right now. And, Nick, just watching everybody throughout the last couple of days, you see Will Smith compared to a year ago. He is bigger. He has put on size. A lot of these guys, I think that's one of the things I'm noticing is just how much bigger some of these prospects are than what has been there in the past. And it was fun watching Macklin Celebrini, that one backhand pass he put through the crease. I didn't see who, I'm still learning all the numbers, so I think he may have been going for Cagnoni, but I wasn't entirely sure. But just absolutely phenomenal play by him, and it's so much fun watching all this content. We're going to have more content coming out of Dev Camp. Obviously, we'll have some of the stuff that's been coming out of free agency, talks with Mike Greer, talks with some of the new players like Tyler Toffoli, but all that up on the Sharks Audio Network right now. Plenty of content that's covering everything that's going on, and then anything that does happen. There's more news coming out every day about what the Sharks are doing in free agency. We'll be covering that as well. So if it's Sharks related, there is a high probability, if not 99.999%, we'll have something about it up on the Sharks Audio Network.
In my preparation for today's game, I wrote a list of new acquisitions, coaching hires, draft picks. There is a ton going on right now with this organization. You mentioned Tyler Toffoli, of course, Alex Wenberg, the re-signing of Luke Cunnin, Justin Bailey, the addition of Carl Grunstrom, Jake Wallman via trade, Barclay Goodrow via trade, Ty Dellandrea via trade, and of course Grunstrom and Dellandrea just signed actually this morning. Yeah. So there has been tons of acquisitions, even with the CUDA on kind of two-way deals. Lucas Carlson, who's a puck-moving power play type defenseman, signed to a two-way contract, so you could see him in the NHL. Will spend most of the time likely in the AHL. Jimmy Scholden, another real good, solid AHL defenseman, and Andrew Podorowski, who's a two-time scoring champion in the AHL, signed to a two-year, two-way contract. So Mike Greer and company has been very, very busy. What have you made of this offseason and some of the acquisitions?
Well, I mean, I think that they are trying to surround these young players with established veterans, like the re-signing of Luke Cunnin. Of course, that's a big one, and you can look at bringing in a player like Barclay Goodrow, which I think is the idea of bringing in someone who's been there, who's done that, who can give you options and opportunities for the young players. And, you know, obviously we're still waiting to see what Logan Couture's health is like when we do get to training camp, which is a question I think we're all wondering right now. But they're giving themselves options at center. They're bringing in established players. And I think that right now you can see that they are, in all intents and purposes, trying to put a better team on the ice than was there a year ago. The last 2 years, 41 wins combined. I think everybody agrees that's been tough, but it was a necessary step they had to take. They had to eat those the salary cap situation. They had to take on some bad contracts and make trades at the deadline and let talent go. I mean, Mike Greer had the job in the NHL that everyone looked at and said, that's difficult. I don't want to be the guy to make those tough decisions. Mike Greer was willing to make those tough decisions, and it's put the Sharks in a better place.
Nick Nolenberger joined alongside by Ted Ramy of the Sharks Audio Network. Ted has been hard at work throughout development camp alongside his partner in crime, Dan Rusanowski, the radio voice of the San Jose Sharks. And Ruzi had a chance to catch up with a couple of the big prospects for the San Jose Sharks. And we'll play one of those interviews starting with Will Smith.
Will Smith joins us here at Sharks Development Camp, and your first opportunity since signing a professional contract to work with real pros. What was your first day like?
It was good. It was fun to get the gear on again and be around all the guys.
What's the biggest transformation that you're going to have to make in your game as a professional, dealing with an 82-game schedule and with maybe less practices than you're used to?
Yeah, obviously that kind of went into my account of when I was going to sign, that it's going to be more wear and tear on the body. And obviously the summer's huge to, put on some weight and get faster so your body can take care of itself during the year.
Well, you look like you're in great shape, and also it looks like you have put a couple of pounds on. How do you do that? What's your progress?
A lot of eating and working out, pretty much. It's pretty simple. You just got to stay consistent with it, and got to give a shout out to my mom. She helps me a lot with that.
Well, we expect that for sure, and you always like that good old home cooking. That's important. What also you have is an opportunity now to play alongside the guy who won the Hobie Baker Award, Macklin Celebrini. You're on the ice first time as a teammate. It's still got to feel a little bit strange, though, doesn't it, since you played against him?
Yeah, it'll definitely be a little bit strange, but a lot better. So I think us together will be pretty fun, and don't have to go up against each other anymore.
What about all the hoopla surrounding that, and how you're going to approach that as the 4th overall selection the year before?
Yeah, I mean, it's all fun games. We're here for a reason, and that's to win. And obviously, you're gonna need a lot of pieces to do that in this league. So we needed him, and it's obviously huge that he's here.
Well, we had 17,000 people that were able to show up for the draft party the other day at SAP Center. That's really one thing. But also, at the very first practice, there were a lot of fans that were cheering you guys on. What did that feel like?
Feels good. I mean, there's definitely some excitement around the organization right now, and I think we're pretty pumped too.
What about the way your day is going to work now? Because you've been used to going to class during the day, and then you go to work out at the gym or at the rink, and you have games on Friday and Saturday. How are you going to manage your life now?
It's different. It's a business. We're here to win, like I said, and obviously you got to get your work in when you come to the rink and be ready for the games. It's a lot more.
How do you like the talent group that you just stepped on the ice with today? I know it's only one day since we talked to here, but what about the talent level?
Some really good players. Obviously, they did their research for the draft, and obviously, again, guys from NCAA and CHL and over in Europe. So I think we got a good group of guys. It's
kind of interesting because Quentin Musty, who was drafted 26th overall, is from Buffalo. You're from Boston. He decided to sign a contract to play in the Ontario Hockey League, and that's a really different experience. Have you had much chance to spend any time with him to kind of compare notes?
Yeah, I'm with him a bunch. We talk about it all the time, and I'll let him tell you what he thinks he should have done. But I mean, obviously, he's doing an unreal job, and if he came to college, we probably would have won him on our team. That would have been pretty helpful.
Yeah, speaking of college, is that the idea of getting a degree still on your mind?
It is, definitely.
How will you do that? Will you do some classes in the summer? Will you be able to do that once you get things settled here?
Yeah, I'm still trying to, when I move in and get settled here, I'm just going to, do some remote classes and try to stay on top of it as much as I can.
What do you have to say to Sharks fans that are excited about all of the youth coming into the organization, about what can be expected in the coming season?
We're trying to turn this thing around. Obviously, we got some pretty legit guys coming in, and obviously we got Celebrini this year and a bunch of free agents, so we're pretty pumped.
We're looking forward to seeing you out there. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a new era for San Jose Sharks hockey, and the #1 pick overall in the National Hockey League entry draft, Macklin Celebrini, joins us after his very first day practicing as a San Jose Shark. What was the first day like?
It was awesome. I really enjoyed it. A lot of great players on the ice playing with and also role modeling us, so I really enjoyed it.
I wanted to ask you about that, the level of talent that you see on the ice surface. Obviously a little bit different in terms of the age of the players, since there are a number of guys that are younger than some of the guys you played with at BU. But what's your general take on what you saw out there?
I mean, some amazing, very talented players. It was fun to play with and against them, battle, compete. So, I mean, there's no surprise that there's some pretty special players here, though.
You've been asked this a million times before, but is it still a little strange to be a BU guy and have a BC guy, Will Smith, also out there with you, and now he's a teammate?
Yeah, no. Been battling against them for the last 4 years, I think. So to finally play with them and share the ice with them, it's a lot easier.
There are a couple of other guys on the ice, too, that you've known for a long time. Tell us about that if you can sort of recall it here.
Yeah, no, I grew up with Carson Wetch. We played ever since we were kids together, so to go through the last couple of years together and then to finally be at an NHL camp together is pretty special.
Tell us about what your plan is for this development camp and for the summer.
Yeah, just trying to enjoy this development camp, get to know the people, and just trying to enjoy it as much as possible. And then the rest of the summer, just pretty much working out and training, so not much going on.
Well, you're even working on training on your own even after the scheduled practices, I hear. I hear you have your own training regimen that you have to do every day.
Yeah, it's just some injury prevention stuff, nothing too crazy.
I meant to ask you about that, too, because last season was a summer of rehab, really, for you before you went to BU. Is that what's affected and influenced you in terms of the way that you train?
Yes and no. That was, it was an injury that could have happened to anyone, so I'm trying not to look too much into it, but definitely a focal point and just trying to show me that, you can get injured and be out a couple months at any time, so just trying to prevent it as best as possible.
What level of comfort do you have that Mike Potenza, who is on your dad's staff with the Warriors, is now back with the San Jose Sharks, somebody you know pretty well?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's pretty funny. I remember going into work even last summer and him being around, him talking hockey with me, and getting to know him pretty well, and then now obviously he got hired here, and I'm really excited to work with him. Now,
are you staying at home for this camp, or are you at the hotel?
I'm at the hotel.
I expected you'd be at the hotel because the commute's not so good.
No, it's definitely not, no.
What's going to be the procedure for you to make a decision as to where you're going to be next year, whether you want to become a National Hockey League player this year with the Sharks organization, or whether you want to go back to BU? How's that process going to work for you?
Just talk to my family, talk to my advisors, and talk to the Sharks organization as well, and my coaches at BU, and kind of get a gauge for everything, and then make a decision from there.
Safe to say you haven't decided yet.
Right? Yeah, it's safe to say, yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. Bottom line for the future, what are your thoughts to the Sharks fans now as you get to your first development camp in?
Yeah, no, it's super cool, the support that they had here, and I just can't wait to get going. I've heard a lot of good things about them, so I'm excited to play in front of them.
Well, we had 17,000 people at SAP Center for the draft party, but also today, notice for a development camp, pretty good crowd, wasn't it?
Yeah, it definitely was.
Well, all the best to you. We really are excited to have you, Macklin, and have a great camp.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
The entire 24-25 Sharks season schedule was just released, and tickets to each game are now on sale. Don't miss out on these high-demand games with the exciting giveaways and unforgettable moments planned. Secure your seats today by visiting sjsharks.com/tickets as we welcome you back inside Tech CU Arena on this 4th of July. Nick Nolenberger alongside Drew Amenda. Drew, that was a fun first half, 3-2 lead for Team Teal. Now we're going to 3-on-3. It's going to open up even more. I think guys maybe are going to start to feel some of the attrition after obviously having not played games for the last handful of months. So would you predict some more goals in the second half?
A lot more. It's good. Like I said earlier, it's going to be a tough afternoon for the goaltenders, but they knew that coming in. You know, this is a chance to showcase the skill level. This is a chance to fans giving a cheer as Patty Marlowe and Joe Thornton slide on out to their benches, respectively. Fans loving that.
What a coaching staff. Patrick Marlowe, Joe Thornton coaching Team White. Lucas Spiza, Tommy Wingles, they're coaching Team Teal.
That's pretty good, right? That's pretty good. But overall, when you look at the pace of the first 24 minutes, it was fun to watch. And the fans enjoyed it, but it was really the most exciting moment for the fans is when Macklin Celebrini finally got his legs underneath him and had an extended shift within the Team Teal zone and showed some of his skill level. And again, we have to remember, 18 years old, just turned 18.
Team White will move from left to right. It looks like Georgi Romanov will start this third quarter. In the nets to our left for Team White, Magnus Krona. The nets to our right. Of course, Macklin has not officially made his decision on whether he's going back to BU for a sophomore season or going to turn pro.
He said he's going to make it quickly. He's not going to drag it out.
So probably following camp, give himself a couple of days to make that decision.
Yeah. I think the thing would be for Macklin is what's best long term. And, you know, would going back to BU, play college, try to win the Hobie again? Nobody's ever done that. Might be motivation. BU's not going to be as good as it was last season. That would be maybe the motivation there, but for the San Jose Sharks, obviously getting him in the lineup with the fans, you'd love to see him come in like Patrick Marleau did at 18. That's maybe why Mike Greer is going to surround him with so many key veteran players this season.
So Smith will take the center ice face-off draw against Celebrini, and Celebrini would ask, does it impact your decision, the acquisition of Toffoli and Wenberg? And he said it did. It would impact. We'll see if that comes to fruition, but certainly bringing in veterans like that will be pivotal. Here comes Musty with some space working in, shoots, and a good save by Romanov to start things off in this third quarter. Celebrini over the line with speed, splits the defense, shoots, and put it off the pipe.
Went off the netting after that. So there's Macklin Celebrini in a quick glimpse, is that he uses change of pace very well. He's coming in slow, he lets the D back up, and that kind of opens up a little bit more space, so he takes 2 hard strides, and that creates the scoring opportunity.
One thing you notice with Celebrini, I don't know if you picked this up too, it almost looks like he plays the game, he slows it down so much.
Yes.
Just the high-end skill looks like he's not even going full speed, but that's the type of player he is, just thinking the game 3 or 4 steps ahead of everybody else as the puck is guided near side for Haltman. Haltman, nice move. Got through the layer of defense, got through Lund. Now Haviland defending. Haviland near wall, up the boards. Back for Axel Landon. And now Philip Biestedt will work back for Landon. So under 10.5 to go in this third quarter. 3-on-3 now as Biestedt down the left wing had the puck, fighting him a little bit. And now it's into the Team White bench, an inadvertent collision. And play will stop.
It's the thing about 3-on-3, it's just all transition. It's quick ups, a lot of space, and you really get to see the individual skill level.
So back underway, 3-2 lead for Team Teal. Drop pass, Polkamp for Russell. Mitchell Russell taking it wide. Gets around Cardwell, works in. Good stop, Krona, laid back in front. And another stop by Krona with a right pad as he kicks it aside from Polkamp, looking for a second of the game.
Polkamp seems to be in that scoring position all the time, doesn't he? But that was a nice play by Biestedt to be able to find Polkamp. He's in tight. He also knows over his left shoulder, here comes Polkamp. Nice play by Philippe.
I had to double check that Polkamp was a defenseman.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking the same thing.
They called him Big Al at Bemidji State because he has a hard shot like Al McInnes, is what they said. Here comes Cardwell right in front. Larocque did a great look, but Romanov able to stretch out and keep it out with the left pad. 8:58 left in this third quarter. Playing 3-on-3 as Biestedt gives it off for Polkamp. Polkamp stick handles his way through the middle third. Over the blue line, takes it wide, right-handed shot, holding. Twists it towards the net, didn't get to the front of the cage. Sabota had it for a moment, bumped, lost control, and it's worked back up the wall to center. So Team White controls in the neutral zone. Celine Wallenius wearing 65 in white. Now O'Connell for Colin Graff. Graff over the line. Graff holding on to it. And it's poked back to center by Team Teal. Graff will shovel it rink wide. O'Connell for Graff shoots. Save made Krona, and the puck is picked up in the low slot and rushed out of the zone. Now Team Teal in transition. Here's a chance off the backhand of Laubach, and he scores.
Beautiful goal.
Reese Laubach, the San Jose native, on the odd man rush, just put out the backhand and directed it past Romanoff, and Team Teal has extended its lead back to 2.
A really nice play. Svoboda with the pass. He waits and then just drives the net, stick down, heavy stick. And 4-2 now, Team Teal. That was a beautiful play.
Back on the way, Hache for Team White. Muscled his way over the blue line, recovers the pill. Hands off for Van Roeboys. Right point, works his way down the wall. Played last year at UMass after 4 seasons at Bentley University. Now Donovan Houle, the main product, into the corner for Van Roeboys. And Houle run the puck back down below the goal line. Houle holding on to it. Montreal native, give and go back to Houle. Couldn't handle it, and this could be a chance for Team Teal. Granger down the right wing side. Odd man rush, and he just held onto it a bit too long. Well defended by Van Roeboys.
Very good play by Van Roeboys, who hustled back on that.
Now Houle, top of the right circle, holding, waiting, shooting. Save made by Krona.
Magnus has looked good.
Now Team Teal has the puck. Gorman will make a change, but he drops it first for Smith. Smith stick handling his way through center. He's up and over the line, taking it wide. Smith still with the puck on his stick, weaving up the wall, tried to play it to himself. Now Musty has it down low. Smith in front, and a shot over the target by Bushler, drifting down from the point. Now Bushler battling away with Muldowney, who does a good job despite not having the size in that battle. Won the altercation. And now Team White loses it in the neutral zone. Breakaway from Musty. Gives it off, and they score. Will Smith, the recipient of a late feed from Musty. And Team Teal leads 5-2.
Smith makes the defensive play, then finishes it off. He's the guy in the defensive zone on the stand-up. Feeds it to Musty. And Musty does a nice job selling that, right? He goes the big backhand, gives the leg lift, like he's going to start the motorcycle, then slides it across. You said it on the first goal. That's a combination the Sharks are hoping in the future you hear a lot of over the public address.
Now here comes Lund for Edstrom. Shoots, scores, snuck it under the right arm over Omanoff, and Team Teal starting to feel it a little bit.
Yeah.
In this third quarter, they lead at 6-2.
Now 3-on-3. You turn the puck over, it goes the other way real quick. And Lund to 2-on-1. Waits again to that pass, and it comes across. There's not much that's going to be able to happen on that if you're a goaltender. You've got to make that hard push all the way across. And Team Teal, as you said, starting to feel it. They're really starting to attack.
Edstrom, drafted by Vegas, came over in the hurdle trade. Here's another chance for Team Teal. Edstrom picked with the final selection of the first round a couple of years ago. Now Celebrini, top of the circle, holding, shooting, and the save made. Romanoff almost gave him a little bit of a change-up kind of chop shot. Now he recovers the puck, weaving through the circles, and he'll draw a penalty. You can see Celebrini's confidence growing here.
Yeah, and then there was also, you saw what you were talking about, Nicky, is change of pace, right? And not, it's not all speed with Macklin. It's ice with Macklin. His timing is impeccable.
So he draws the penalty. He'll get the breakaway. So Celebrini with a chance to get Team White back on the board. Nifty move and a good poke check by Krona at the final moment to thwart the breakaway from Celebrini.
That was a good play by.
Now Cardwell in transition. Tried to get it for Wetju as a goal. Now Cagnoni, the Portland Winterhawk, twists one along. And Celebrini will work his way up the left wing. Celebrini right at the red line. Steers it through some traffic for Cagnoni. Celebrini makes a change. Halton then works back into his own end to allow for Celebrini to get off. Casper Halton down that left wing. Gives it for Russell. And he tried to make an extra move and couldn't get the backhand off. Good physical play there defensively by Dickinson as he works his way up the right wing side. Dickinson works to the backhand, circles the wagons. Up to the point, flicks it along into the feet of Cagnoni. And now it's going to be a breakaway chance for Cagnoni. Cardwell trying to get back on the back check and does a good job on Cagnoni. .224 left in this third quarter. Laubach over the line, takes it wide, has a goal in this third quarter. Gave it off and it drifted through everybody. Biestedt will run it down for Team White on that left wing. Philip Biestedt made quite the impression in his short stint in the AHL last year as Landon shot Karams over the target. Biestedt will be with the Kuda likely this season unless he makes the big club. Not expected to go back to Sweden. And do we have another penalty? We do.
Oh, yes, we do. I had to think about it for a second, but yeah. But this time, Team Teal is able to take the shot, the breakaway challenge, basically.
So Savoto will be the shooter. He has a goal. This is the first chance for Team Teal with the penalty shot breakaway. Right-handed shot works in, stick handles in tight. Tried to put it through the 5-hole. Romanov, it could not do so. So play continues here. Goalies have done a good job on those breakaways so far. O'Connell over the line. 6-2 lead for Team Teal. Stick handling in between the hash marks. Still holding on to it. O'Connell's made some plays so far in the game. Gets it for Landon. And Landon back in the neutral zone will find Colin Graff.
1 minute left to play in this particular period.
Graff skating away down the left wing side from pressure. Still holding, shooting. Save made Krona. Down to 50 seconds left in this third quarter. We're playing on 3-on-3 for the remainder of the run of play. And if the game's tied, we'll go to a shootout.
Have to be a miraculous comeback.
Larocca rising wrister. Misses the frame. Now Graff flicks it up the wall. Polkamp, who's looked good so far, will work his way over the blue line. Graff going to the net. Polkamp holding and tried to find O'Connell as the trailing skater. The third man into the offensive zone and went through his stick. Back for Polkamp. Polkamp wrister. Save made by Krona.
Polkamp has looked great.
Now O'Connell on the backhand. There's a shot that Karams over the target. And that will end the third quarter.
All right, we'll change up the goalies and play another 20 minutes.
Honestly, Eric Polkamp has been, for me, the standout on Team White. He has been outstanding every time you watch. He's on the ice getting a chance. He's on the ice creating something. And as you said, sometimes it's hard to understand that he's a defenseman because he is up on the play.
Sharks fans, did you know the Sharks are going to give away a low rider model giveaway? Enjoy a Saturday night clash of California teams on the ice and take home a scale model lowrider. This miniature masterpiece will capture a vibrant Sharks paint job and is a must-have for any Sharks fan wanting the spirit of the streets in a palm-sized package for display or play. Visit sjsharks.com/tickets today. The lowrider model giveaway. Say that 5 times fast.
That's why you do it.
It's Saturday, October 12th. Nick Nolenberger alongside Drew Remenda here at Tech CU Arena. It's a 6-2 lead for Team Teal. Sharks on November 2nd. Tons of giveaways this year. The Bay Area Unites as all fans in attendance will receive a one-of-a-kind San Francisco Giants San Jose Sharks mashup baseball jersey. Collect this can't-miss item and cheer on the Sharks as they take on the Canucks. That's Saturday night. Get your tickets at sjsharks.com/tickets. Jersey giveaway, that is November 2nd. So we've got one more quarter to go. Drew, this has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
If we're going to a shootout, as you mentioned, Team White needs a big comeback here. So do you expect kind of a full court press here in the final 12 minutes?
I would think they're going to be much more aggressive than they have been. The one thing you have to really watch for at 3-and-3 is turnovers, of course. And going into the zone, I think Team Teal has done a really good job on stalling out any attack to the net. So I think Joe Thornton and Patty Martin will be telling their guys, everything's got to go to the net right here. 6-2, 12 minutes, straight time. Let's rock and roll.
So they made the goaltending switch. Carrier to our left, Kirch to our right. 6-2 lead for Team Teal. Van Roe boys will take the draw against Will Smith, and these teams playing for the Brian Marchment Cup as we honor the late Brian Marchment annually with this Prospect Scrimmage. Here's a chance for Team White right off the bat. Van Roe boy shot, and that's a good glove stop by Kirch, picking it up off the deck.
Brian Marchment, longtime player for the San Jose Sharks, and of course then with the hockey operations as a scout. He made a big impact on everybody that he came across and playing for the Sharks. His son Mason, terrific season this year with Dallas, terrific young man. So this is a nice memorial and tribute to Brian.
Will Smith will play it along for Quinn Musty. Musty guides it ahead through the stick of LaRock, rolls into the corner. White will rim it around the wall to the near side boards. Foot race to the loose puck. Smith's got it for Team Teal. For LaRock, time and space. Shoots kicked away by Carrier.
Nice save by Carrier. That was a tough one with traffic right on top of him.
Smith back on it. Back for Musty. Protecting the puck, holding. Far side LaRock. He put it off the post. Kind of had to dust it off for a moment.
Double.
Still managed to put it on net. Now Smith, he rings the outside of the pipe.
Smith's looking good. He's feeling something right now.
Now Musty on the right side weaves his way through. And it's covered up momentarily by Carrier. When I looked at the lineups, I thought Team Teal will be pretty potent. And you look at that top line, that combo of Musty and Smith, they look like they've played together for years.
Thinking the same thing. And this is what they can do at development camp. Just wait till they get a couple of years together.
Now Muldowney for Team White. Taps it into the corner. Hedstrom scoops it up for Team Teal at the goal line. Long for Eli Barnett, 6'6" right-handed shot defenseman. 9:45 remaining in this final quarter. As we're playing 3-on-3, Team White trailing by 4 goals. Here comes Edstrom for Team Teal, working in on net, hands off, and they score. It's guided into a yawning goal mouth, and Cam Lund adds to his club's lead. Team Teal up now 7-2.
That honestly looked like a fairly harmless play until they crossed the blue line. And Lund does a really nice job. Just waits, and then he hits the gas past his man. And that's Hache. Hache thinks he's there, and then Lund just takes a couple of hard strides, gets the stick in the right position. Great pass across and in.
So Team Teal up 7-2. Edstrom, right side, fanned on. Picked back up by Team Teal, but taken away. This could be a chance. It's Celebrini, 71 in white. Down the left side, idles down, tried to hand off. Good defensive play, looking for Chernyshov coming down the right wing side. Celebrini's got it again, works along the goal line. Circling the wagons, peeling away from Edstrom. Celebrini being defended by Edstrom, puck poked free. Scooped up by Fisher. Celebrini, one-timer coming over to make the save. Kirch. As Celebrini couldn't quite elevate that puck.
He competes for pucks. Oh my goodness, look at this.
Celebrini shoots, and he wired one over the frame. We've heard so much about his work ethic. And he's been working so far in this Prospect Scrimmage. Now he's gassed, he's flat-footed, and Lund works in. And Carrier able to make the stop. So Fisher holds it upright behind his net. 7:44 left here in the fourth quarter. Down the left wing side, Halton, top of the circle, shoots, and he scores. Able to funnel it through. Kirch, and Team White is on the board.
Right? How many times do we talk about it? Shoot the puck, get it on net. And Haltonen takes the puck, takes what's available to him. D back up. Does a nice job, though, using the defenseman as the screen. Shoots it between the legs of the D-man. Maybe that's just enough to fool the tender. Here we go again.
Now Russell works his way in, and he draws the penalty.
No.
Maybe a little bit of embellishment, felt the pressure and made sure he got the call. Halton, he's got one of the best shots in the entire organization.
Yeah.
He was absolutely on fire, as we mentioned, throughout the OHL playoffs. His first year in North America, and it was almost as if he got used to the smaller ice near the end of the year and into the postseason. Another player the Sharks are real excited about is here comes Russell on the breakaway, shoots and put it wide.
Here it is.
Russell's got the puck again, looks to wrap. Here's a chance, Beestead scores.
Here, look at this. We got a game going. We got a comeback going here.
Off the goal mask of Kirch and in. And for Team White, back-to-back goals. The clock is against them at this point with it being a running clock. But they trail by 3 now, 7-4 lead for Team Teal. Beestead drops for Graff. Leaves it.
Gonna pull the goalie?
Why not?
Why not?
4-on-3. For now, Carrier is staying put to our left. That would be a decision made by Marlowe or Thornton. I don't know if they've ever had that responsibility before.
No, they're just waiting for their coach to tell them to go.
Graff. Beestead. Oh, good
big
stop,
save.
Kirch. Back for Graff. Defended by Laubach. Now Beestead. Drifting towards the blue line and lays it into the corner. Beestead will make a change behind the play. O'Connell steps on for him.
He was yelling for it, too, as soon as he stepped on the ice.
O'Connell twists it to the net. Left pad save, Kirch.
2 big saves by Kirch.
And now here comes Sabota for Team Teal. There's a 1-on-2 as his team was making a change, and O'Connell in transition for Team White. Takes it wide on Dickinson. O'Connell weaving away. Getting away from Dickinson to the net in tight. And it rolls just wide.
Well, White's trying to put some pressure on, trying to close this gap. 4:25 left, and it's 3 goals down still. But they've been energized by those 2 quick ones.
Now Houle down the left wing side. Defended by Granger. Works to the backhand, peels away at the goal line. Got to seam a pass for O'Connell. Picked off Dickinson, laid along. This is going to be a breakaway for Granger. Working in on the backhand. Save made by Carrier. Granger recovers the puck in the trapezoid. Up top for Dickinson. 3:57 left here in this final quarter. And Carrier snares it on the shot by Dickinson and holds on.
This is the first face-off we've had, like actual face-off, or is it stoppage of play because of the save?
I think you might be right. The goalies have just been continuing to play it.
So let's play it.
They might have got the memo before the game to just let it keep going. Now Klee, Van Roboys working in. And a good stop again by Kirch as he stretches out the right pad. And Team Teal is back in transition. Musty. When Musty works to the blue line, far right wing side for Smith. Try to seam it for Hamelin. Now Van Roboys, he has the puck. Takes the real estate down the left wing side. Klee charge to the net. Gets the pass and scores.
That was a nice play.
David Klee, the goal scorer.
Pass, though.
His brother Mason played with Akuta a little bit last year, and now we've got a timeout by Team Teal.
Trying to settle everything down. Who made the pass on that? Roboys? Did he make the pass?
I think it was Van Roboy.
That was a very well-timed pass. That was, you know, timing beats speed a lot of the time, right? And wait. And just wait until David Klee was in the position. So really nice play on that 2-on-1 that got really close to the net. Now it's 7-5. Now Patty Marlowe and Joe Thornton have a decision to make. They're going to keep the goalie in on the bench, go 4 right off the bat, or wait till the puck gets in the offensive zone. I'd wait for a second or two. Get control, get in the offensive zone, then pull them.
Klee committed to North Dakota, expected to go back to the USHL for another season next year. His dad, a longtime NHLer. There goes Carriere. So a 4-on-3 now, Team White. His Team Teal elected to use the timeout, so White still got its timeout in its back pocket. Polkamp, right side, Muldowney. Rink wide, 4-on-3. Empty net to our left. Team White looking for the comeback. Celebrini seems to pass along. Got through. Calling for it, gets it back top of the circle, waiting, and feathers it back far wing for Muldowney as he was getting pulled away from it. Now Celebrini, little fake shot pass to the back post, and Team White couldn't quite connect, but you like the thought. Now Muldowney, his pass poked away. Team White recovers. Celebrini, top left circle, shoots and put it over the mark. 150 left here. Final quarter. Polkamp leaves Celebrini. Back up top, Haltonen. Haltonen waiting, holding.
Got to get it to the net. You got to put some pressure on here. Down by 2.
Russell for Celebrini. Haltonen, one-timer scores! From atop the left circle, Team White is within a goal, and they will scurry back to the red line. They want the puck to be dropped, and we'll see if they use their timeout here.
Yeah, I would here. Patty, use your timeout. No, they're going to just keep going. There they go again.
The Monday morning quarterbacks are going to be irate if this doesn't work out.
Yeah. I'm going to criticize the coaches.
Celebrini coming down the wing, save made Kirch. Down to a minute to go. This is getting fun.
Yes, sir.
Team White within a goal. They looked down and out. Celebrini for Russell. Celebrini's going to be on the ice for a couple of minutes to close this game. Celebrini shoots. Kirch the save. Oh, the theatrics if he can tie it. 38 seconds to go. 7-6 lead for Team Teal. White threatening. There's a shot. Haltonen wide. Celebrini couldn't hold it as it wraps around the boards. And now a foot raise. Cardwell spilled.
No penalty.
No penalty. I like the no call. Here comes Team White. Celebrini for Russell. One-timer. Scored! Polkamp off the pipe, and we're tied! They couldn't have drawn it up any better.
A controversial no call. Macklin Celebrini turns it going the other way, and then brings the puck into the zone, gives it up, a little one-touch pass across, and Polkamp, who's been so impressive, ties the game up with 11 seconds left. Now it's zeros, and now it is what? Shootout?
Shootout.
All right, baby.
I think it's a best of 5. I think it'll be 5 rounds. Who am I to question Patrick Marlowe and Joe Thornton's usage of their timeout?
Use your timeout.
You got it.
They got it.
It's Polkamp from Celebrini and Haltonen.
Lucas Pisa is on the bench right now, complaining right now to the official for the non-call. It never leaves the guys. It never leaves that competitive push, without a doubt. That's awesome.
That was incredible. So we're tied at 7-7.
That's unreal. They were 7-2, wasn't it? 6-2. It's ridiculous. They were out.
This is awesome.
It's fantastic. 3 rounds.
Okay, 3 rounds. And it'll be Quentin Musty who gets the first crack at it, moving from right to left. 13 and Teal works to the right side, to the backhand, and the save is made. Tried to go Forsberg, pulling the goalie and then just tucking it home, but Carrier wasn't biting.
Shooting first for Team White.
He had something to say to the official on the way off the ice.
Philip Biested will now get an opportunity for Team White. Biested shoots, and the 5-hole closed quickly by Kirch.
He opened it up, but I think he kind of snookered him into making that play.
So put X's on both sides in round 1. We head to the top of the second, and Will Smith will be the shooter. Smith takes it wide left, working in middle of the ice. Scored! Nifty move by Will Smith, showing off the hands.
That's almost unfair. That is almost unfair about how good he was here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the 6th one going around and having the patience to hold on to get it past the pads.
Now Holtman will try to tie it in the bottom of the second. Right-handed shot from above the hash marks. Kirch makes the save.
Look behind him.
So Team Teal can win it here. And let's see who they elect to go with. It looks like David Edstrom will be the shooter. He can win it here for Team Teal, working in. And the save made by Carrier. Read that all the way.
Who's coming out? Is it 71?
Gotta be. Was there another choice?
No.
No.
Here we go, boys and girls. This is what we were looking for.
Can Celebrini push it to a 4th round? Macklin Celebrini working in, and he fanned on it. And that will do it. Team Teal wins it, and they claim the Marchment Cup. A final of 8-7. What a valiant comeback from Team White. But ultimately, Team Teal wins it as Will Smith gets the game-winning goal in the shootout.
And that was fun. That was fun.
Really couldn't have written a better story at the end. Team White storming back with a goal with 11 seconds to go to tie it and force the shootout. But ultimately, Team Teal wins it, a final of 8-7. They win the Marchment Cup, and they will take the celebratory photo at the right blue line.
That
Fun
was,
event in the middle of the summer.
Yeah. That was fun to watch, without a doubt.
So now both teams will get together and take a photo together here.
Cup is being presented just down to left.
And Tim Burke out there to present it. Longtime member of the Sharks brass.
Doug Waite there as well. Joined the Sharks with Mike Greer, played with Mike Greer, and joined the Sharks hockey operations. Will Smith.
So Smith will collect the trophy. It's become a cool tradition.
Yeah.
It's all for fun and games, but it's fun to have something to play for as well. Big smile on the face of Will Smith, and he's got a lot to be excited about. He'll be a Shark next season as everybody huddles around for the photo. And then we'll get a photo of both teams.
I'll tell you what.
As well.
You said it on the first goal Team Teal scored. He and Quentin Musty, Smith and Quentin Musty, connecting for the goal. And they look good together all game long. This is a terrific, fun event. The guys that move to center ice again. Everybody get the picture taken. Picture of Brian Marchment comes up. And the Sharks fans here today on July 4th, they were treated to some fun hockey.
Well, there's no question there has been a sizable buzz in the Bay Area since the Sharks won the draft lottery.
Yes.
And it culminated in the pick of Macklin Celebrini on Friday in Vegas. And a pivotal draft. Next year, the Sharks will have 2 more first-round draft picks. They have filled the cupboard in a hurry. In fact, this game featured 23 players drafted in the last 3 years. 6 of those first-round draft picks, and 11 in the top 64. Will Smith hoisting the Marchment Cup.
All right. All right, that's good stuff. Yeah, the boys are going to carry it around. Good for them. Way to go, guys.
And a acknowledgement of the crowd as well. A great crowd on hand. And there's as we mentioned, an injection of excitement amongst the fan base, and this is a great example of it.
Yeah, and you know, it's been tough. You and I know, Mickey, it's been tough over the last few years with the San Jose Sharks, a team that was so good for so long, and having to rebuild. But what have we talked about? We've talked about rebuild, draft and develop, and the Sharks are well on their way of doing that.
Well, Drew came all the way down from Saskatchewan to join us for the draft and now for the Prospect Scrimmage.
I'm glad I'm here. I mean, that was a fun
awesome
game to watch. And the development camp was, as you said, fans are there. I don't think we've ever seen that many fans at practice, never mind the development camp. And to see the level of compete with the guys, the skill level of the players, there's an excitement within the player ranks as well. We can be excited as we want to be, but the players, the young guys, seem excited that there are some possibilities here right now, and it's going to be a different San Jose Sharks team this year and then the years to come again.
No question about it. Ethan Cardwell getting interviewed at ice level. Well, it has officially occurred. The kids have arrived. There's a youth movement on the Sharks roster, and these special players will have limited edition holographic trading cards to commemorate the new skill on the ice. Secure these unique items and enjoy the Sharks taking on the Kraken. That's November 29th. Visit sgsharks.com/tickets. That'll do it for our broadcast coverage of final Team Teal 8, Team White 7. A fun event, great crowd on hand. We'd like to wish everybody a great rest of your 4th of July. Have a safe rest of your 4th of July as well. Fun to join you in midsummer. We look forward to talking to you all coming up at the rookie tournament, which will occur in September. That'll be the next hockey in which we will have. Looking forward to that. But a huge thanks to Dustin Amendola, who provided all the leadership and guidance behind the scenes, and the great Drew Remend. I'm Nick Nolenberger saying thanks for watching and listening, and so long until next time.